Would you look at that? It's finally happening. Final Fantasy XIV is in trouble, as it has been for the past while, and its developers are finally talking about it. They're finally acknowledging the sorry state of the game. You know, it's a little unfortunate that this is how I'm talking about 14 because, I mean, if you watch my channel, you know I'm a pretty big fan, right? I mean, where are they? Right there, all the lore books and a Lucy Pyre. So, you know, maybe I care about the game a little bit. And so I'm going to hit you with some really stupid numbers real quick to give you an idea of how I actually feel about 14. So you know I'm not some fucking grifter who's just shitting on the game, okay? Because I have been called that. I have been called a WoW player who's just pretending they like 14 to shit on it. No, first of all, I cannot stand WoW. Second of all, I've been playing 14 for about 8 years. I started playing the game back in Stormblood. You ever seen the Stormblood box art? There we go. There's the Stormblood box art. So, you know, I've been in this game for quite a while. And during these 8 years, I have deposited a stupid amount of playtime. I'm not going to give you an exact number, I've said it before, but not going to give you an exact number right now. I'll instead tell you that that number is actually equal to about roughly 10% of my entire life. The amount of time I've spent logged in on just my main character is equal to about 1/10 of the time I've been alive. Okay? That's a little bit absurd. It's a little insane. And apparently, that number actually isn't that uncommon for 14 players, which is concerning. That's not good. We're kind of a cult. But anyways, the point is, I really care about the game. I really love 14. But every video that I've made about the game as of late has not been a very happy one. I haven't been celebrating 14 and its legacy. I've been talking about how I'm worried about it and how I want things to get better. And here's the truth. Occult Crescent just came out, and all my friends who know anything about 14 know, even those who don't, know how excited I was for Occult Crescent. Because that's my favorite piece of content in 14, the exploratory zones. Eureka, back in the day, was the absolute pinnacle of content for me. Boja came out, same thing. I played Boja so much that I made every relic weapon without meaning to. I didn't want the relic weapons, I didn't care about them, but I was just playing in Boja so much that I just happened to have the materials and said, sure, I guess I'll make them, why not? So Occult Crescent was incredibly hyped up for me because, well, we didn't get an exploration zone in Endwalker. In my opinion, 14's been on the decline since Shadowbringers, like literally Shadowbringers patch day. And if you played in Heavensward, you probably think it's been declining since Stormblood, because, you know, a lot of people didn't like Stormblood because it made the game simpler. And then Shadowbringers made it as simple as humanly possible. And then Endwalker stagnated, and then Dawntrail basically stagnated. I mean, like, they kind of sort of made things better, but then they only release one piece of content every 4 months, and that content takes you like a day to complete usually, so there's nothing to really do to appreciate the fact that they made things like 7% better. So Occult Crescent came out. I was so excited. I was planning to release video after video after video after video, even though I work a full-time job now. Like, I've got a 12-hour shift. I'm starting in like 30 minutes. So, matter of fact, I'm making gyoza right now. Wow. Anyways, there was a lot of hype for me, and that hype was wasted because the content came out, and here's the truth. I'm not having fun with it. I don't like Occult Crescent. I wish I liked Occult Crescent, but it's just not fun. And in the words of Reggie Fils-Aimé, if it's not fun, why bother? So much of what I liked about 14 just isn't in the game anymore. And as much as it kills me to say it, for the first time in a very, very, very long time, I haven't even had the desire to sub. As a matter of fact, my debit card expired recently, and I forgot to update it so my 14 sub could continue. So my sub canceled. My house, my FC, because I own an FC. I'm not even sure I care enough to resub, because what, it's gonna be like the better part of a year until there's any reason for me to touch the game again? And when that time comes, there's no guarantee I'm gonna like what I'm even playing. So, unfortunately, I can't find it within myself to even subscribe to the game. Now, that isn't to say there's going to be absolutely no 14 content from me for a while, because that's not true. In August, I think, we're supposed to see the mobile version thing come out, and I mean, the mobile version looks a little bit more fun than the PC desktop version, I'm not gonna lie. So, our PC console version. So when that comes out, I'll probably make a few videos on that. I don't know, white mage it up in there. Whatever happens, happens. It might be a good time, it might not. I've heard that you have to pay for autopathing, but then they also like sent out autopathing for free, but autopathing also costs 14 cents. So I think they're doing the thing that one EA executive said forever ago that was like, get your players to spend a really small amount of money to break the psychological wall that prevents them from spending more money on your game. Something like that. I don't know. I'm not an executive. Point is, I'll try the game. Game seems a little goofy. I've heard its reviews are not super great over in China, but maybe I'm not Chinese, and maybe there's like some kind of, I don't know, maybe the Chinese gamers want something else. Because, 14 mobiles competing with like Genshin and shit over there, whereas here I don't think it's quite the same audience. We'll see. Anyways, with that said, that's why you haven't seen like anything 14 related from me in a while. I mean, the last Final Fantasy video that I made within the last like month and a half or 2 months or something, I think was a Magic Pack opening. As a matter of fact, I've been taking my sweet time editing it because I work a full-time job now, like I said, but I do have a live-action video with some familiar faces from the channel doing some magic bullshit, and if you guys like that, I'm going to do plenty more. Even if you don't like it, I'm still going to keep doing it because it's fun to make, and that's kind of all I care about. So, yeah, to summarize, Yoshida and various Square Enix executives have talked about the fact that 14's currently not doing very well. I don't know if they actually understand why it's failing and how they can fix it. I don't necessarily know that I'm confident that they're gonna fix it, and more importantly than anything else, I'm just not having fun with the game that I've dedicated 10% of my life to just playing, and over a third of my life have I actually been a fan of and been actively a part of the community of. So, sad day for me and many other people, or well, sad day. Sad few years, I suppose, because 14's been... I mean, it feels like people are kind of catching up to the way that I felt on 5.0 patch day. So, yeah. Thank you kindly for watching, and I'll see you next time. Probably with a magic video, maybe some kind of random bullshit. I stream on Twitch on my days off work, so you can go check me out over there. And, see you. Maybe in Mobile 14, who knows?